Hello, this is Blake. I'm a comics collector, art collector, artist, and movie fan, and I do reviews. And this is a review for Snake Eyes, the Dead Game. He really loves that squatty frog hop pose. Anyway, the cover. There are more covers for this thing than interior pages, so I'm just going to focus on this one drawn by former Marvel, DC, and indie artist, Image founder, and Jeans pitchman, Rob Liefeld. This is sort of Liefeld in default mode. I mean, it's a pinup with no background. The colors adds a little texture and some sparks here and there. But it's probably one of his better covers that I've seen. Just to acknowledge the other creators, along with Rob Liefeld, who does the story and art, there are additional inks by Adelso My Corona in the script by Chad Bowers. For Federico Blee does a decent job with the colors, if I pronounce his name right. John Barber is the editor, etc., etc. I actually found this online. I don't know if it was legal or not. I just read it. And this is the first review that I'll be doing where I don't actually own a copy of the book. I like to hold a comic in my hands. I don't like to read them digitally. They're called comic books, right? So, the story begins in Norway towards the end of the 8th century. You get some guy in a helmet and large shoulder pads traveling from the east to challenge the god of thunder. That's Thor. And as soon as hammer touches sword, sounds kind of phallic, cuts to the present in the Svalbard Islands, which is right above Norway, I think. And we get a pretty good Liefeld pinup of the titular character literally leaping into the story. Now let me just say right here, if you like Snake Eyes and you like Rob Liefeld, then this is the book for you, because he provides quite a few pinups of Snake Eyes. The story, on the other hand, I think maybe they should have just told the story through the action instead of unloading exposition through the captions, and maybe thought about it a little harder instead of going with what looks to be a first draft. It's explained that for some reason Snake Eyes has an identity so secret that to know it, you have to be a higher ranking official than the president or God. So I don't know who that would be, but then the next caption says the name isn't important anyway. So, okay, moving on. So Snake Eyes was sent on a mission to investigate an encrypted SOS from a secret installation, and Snake Eyes runs across 3 security guys who could work for anyone. It could be good guys, bad guys, whatever. He doesn't know. He doesn't ask. He just murders them. Hopefully they're bad guys, or Snake Eyes will have to apologize to someone. Snake Eyes comes across 2 other G.I. Joe members, Roadblock and Tripwire. According to them, the 2 of them have cleared every floor except for the 3 security guys Snake Eyes just executed. And of course, they find who they're looking for. A very young general named Colton, who happens to be the first Joe. I do like how the letter used the original toy logo in the word balloon. They also mentioned the Tomahawk helicopter, the Joe's personnel carrier from the toy line, which is kind of cool. Liefeld needs a higher proofreader. Anyway, sometimes the art and the words don't jive very well, like in this instance where Roadblock tells the extremely young-looking general that he doesn't look like he's in any shape to save the world, but the way Liefeld draws him, it looks like he's been pumping iron all morning waiting to be rescued. No bruises or any kind of evidence of having been tortured or interrogated or anything. He says he's come across this mission to save the world when he was picked up by some goons outside of Cairo. They picked him up because they need an ancient scroll translated. And when Colton explains that he has a mission for a ninja, because only one ninja can stop this ancient wizard who is being raised from the dead. And you'd think right there they'd be like, okay, he's hallucinating, he's pumped with drugs or something. But without any evidence that this would even be in the realm of possibility, Snake Eyes and the others just buy it hook, line, and sinker. I'm picturing when Snake Eyes goes running out of the room, Colton's telling the other 2 Joes, I'm just yanking your chains. Gonna go stop a 1,300-year-old dead wizard. What a jackass. Somebody get Private Gump back in here. What's really funny is Snake Eyes just runs out of the front of the secret base, and there they are. Like, I don't know, 50 feet away. Ninja priests raising the wizard from the dead, and he just hacks them all up, but only after they've resurrected the bad guy, who kind of resembles Mum-Ra, crossed with Carnage and a ninja. Liefeld draws Snake Eyes hopping around in that squatty hoppy pose until a big bad guy's costume defeats him. Yes, his costume. Just dumb. But anyway, Scarlet, the female Joe, turns up to save Snake Eyes, and that's why she's like firing a gun. I'm like, didn't she always have a crossbow or something? This is where I have to say, I think Rob did a pretty good job mostly but he probably should have taken the time to, to draw the weapons actually in the hands of the people using them. Scarlet seems to be banging on the side of the weapon with her fist and it's firing sideways. He had the same trouble in a few of the panels, whether it was swords or Liefeldian guns, but this just looks really lazy. And this is coming from the guy who makes half-assed video productions. So even though I like Scarlet's mutt, there is some bad art here and there. I wonder if Rob just does this sometimes on purpose. This'll get people talking. I'll draw another pinup of Snake Eyes, but I'll stop it at the ankle so he looks like he's wearing high heels. Come on, Rob, just move him further up on the page and draw the feet. Or people are going to sneer about, whether you can draw feet or not, and it looks like you can. So just draw the damn feet. So anyway, so Scarlet tells Snake Eyes to stand down, and they let the bad guy be taken away by ninjas in a helicopter. And yes, I just said that. As they fly off, the undead wizard tells Snake Eyes once he gets his sword at the dead back, he was going to prove who the better fighter is, or something like that. And the Joes are like, we got to stop him from getting that sword. Well, Snake Eyes didn't, he didn't say that. He doesn't say anything. But this sword thing is dropped at the very end like it's something meaningful, like it had some kind of importance. But you have to first establish why these things are important in the story before anybody's going to think they're important. Because I'm like, what? Sword of the Dead? What? I mean, if I was writing or drawing this, I would have had this wizard, when he's woken up, maybe just flatten a small town or murder a few people to let the reader know that he's actually dangerous. You can't just, skip to the parts that you want to draw. Saying all of this, I think the strongest part of this comic is Rob's art. There's some bad art, but it's still kind of goofy fun in a way. It's just hard to get past that there isn't much of a story, and I have no idea who it's aimed at. It's mostly without intentional humor. It has action in that random drawings of the hero hopping around swinging swords kind of way, but it's not technical, and most of Rob's fans, I would have to guess, are like 35 and older. The art isn't good enough for me to buy on that merit, and the story is just kind of dumb, so I guess it's a good thing I didn't pay for this. I hope no one thinks I'm a Rob Liefeld hater. Just watch my Hawk and Dove limited series review, and I think you'll see that I'm not. Like I said, if you are a rabid Liefeld fan and a G.I. Joe fan, then this is definitely the book for you. It's just not for me. So I guess that's it. I hope you'll come back again. I will probably have more things to post, so thanks for watching. Bye. I didn't even mention pouches in this. I mentioned shoulder pads, but no pouches.